What's up, guys? Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here with another video, and I'm pretty sure everyone has seen it. I mean, I've seen it over and over to analyze it properly. The Mortal Kombat 2021 trailer. Finally, even though the movie is still a month or so away, 2 months, 2 months away, now they drop a trailer, and to anyone who was doubting it, a lot of people are now saying, okay, they were hiding it for a reason because they didn't want anything spoiled. They wanted us to see it for ourselves. Now, there's a lot of things that I'm questioning, both good and bad, but maybe the bad is because I don't understand what's going on. Because let's look at the trailer again, everybody, and you see for yourselves. Like, well, I'm not showing the trailer obviously because of, copyright. YouTube will be bitches and finicky about it. So best way I can describe it is it's the first tournament, yes, but it's a remix of the first tournament, which is actually good because if you remember anything about Mortal Kombat or know anything about all the games, you know the games have no 100% continuity line. Now they do in terms of the original games, but then you forget there's a line of comic books that has its own story. There's novelizations of MK lore that has its own stories. Even some of the games deviated to tell their own stories, and we have the rebooted trilogy that began in 2011 and ended with from Mortal Kombat 9 to Mortal Kombat 11. We have that to go. We had that throughout the generation. So now that we have an actual rated R film where they're not pulling any punches, you see Jax lose his arms in the beginning of the fucking trailer. So what's that tell you? And I know people are probably going to doubt the character of Cole Young. I don't think they would introduce a character if they didn't have anything planned for him. Because think about it. People are like, we don't need a surrogate character. Well, what about the other surrogate characters that we've had in the Mortal Kombat franchise? If you guys have forgot, there's two fan favorite characters who were surrogate characters for the audience. That was Shujinko from Deception and Taven from Armageddon. There has been surrogate characters, and what with those two, despite people were mixed on Armageddon was still a success, and Deception is a fan favorite for a reason. And a lot of people liked playing as Shujinko because he was also able to mimic and learn everyone's techniques. He was kind of like he was us wanting to use everyone's abilities on an adventure, And they got that down packed. And now the character of Cole Young, I think they're setting him up inspired by Takeda from MKX. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Takeda is the son of Kenshi. And the son of Kenshi was trained by Scorpion. Because it looks like the Bihan Sub-Zero. Remember, there's two Sub-Zeros in lore. The older brother and the younger brother, where the younger brother is not bad at all. He just wants answers to what happened to his brother. And in fact, he is the one that ends the rivalry with the Shiro Ryu and the Lin Kuei. And then now you have this guy called Cole Young, who I think if you're not going to introduce any characters from the recent games and you just want to use core players, yes, I understand there's core players missing for people in the trailer like Johnny Cage, but what they're going for, I think you could leave him out. You could set him up later. Like Melina, Goro was in it, which was unexpected. I did not expect to see Goro. And then when you slow it down, you see Reptile. You see him in like what it seems a ninja stance when he's, going at a camouflage. And then if you go to later where Kano is doing a fatality, you slow it down. I think Kano will be the one to kill Reptile. Reptile takes his reptilian shape. And if anybody knows, back in Mortal Kombat Deception, which I'm thinking this is a callback to that, the only reason he wore a heavy armored looking ninja suit was because when he takes it off, he does look like a lizard with a lizard's head. They're making him more outworld and reptilian looking, which will make him more threatening than just having the same ninja sprites and everyone look either with the same clothes, just different colors. Okay, so it was hard back then for people to identify what these characters looked like. The original games kind of screwed that ball a little bit, but I can understand due to the time. But then as we got later into the generations of Mortal Kombat, the appearance changed. And I don't mind this reptilian thing as long as he looks cool and does what Reptile does, shooting the acid, biting someone's face off. It doesn't matter as long as they are being the character they're supposed to be. Kung Lao looked great. Him and Liu Kang, I get the whole Shaolin monks vibe, obviously, from playing the game with them. And I think that the way they set this film up, because the director said he's doing this for the fans, but he wants to do the original trilogy story. But I think the way he's doing it is he's building up to the invasion of Outworld, because that's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see the invasion of Outworld, but remember, you have to go through 2 tournaments to get through it. The first tournament was the catalyst to what happens with Shao Kahn. If you remember, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the trilogy. Mortal Kombat 1 was just text boxes that we had to fill together with story, with character endings. Really wasn't a baseline to everything. Then Mortal Kombat 2 was just the rematch in Outworld. That's all it was. The third one is where the storyline really went off the fucking rockers with the invasion. And if this is to be a trilogy, they're saying it's going to open with the origins of the feud between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which I'm thinking, okay, you know what? They're adding story to the first Mortal Kombat tournament, which is fine. I think they're using the origins of these characters as the baseline for this film, and everybody has their moment to shine throughout the tournament. If that's the way they're doing it, then that's good. That adds meat on the bones of already a bare bones tournament story. Because, you know, true Mortal Kombat fans can tell you, it's very basic. The storyline is very simple and very basic, only expanded by other games' lore. And the other games did kind of, you know, contradict certain things. And this is why they used the reboot trilogy to try to fix it. And even that kind of opened up some contradictions. And remember, the films are not canon, people. You can't trip about character appearances, because what works in a game doesn't always work on screen either. You know, Sonic the Hedgehog, you'll say, yeah, that works, because here's the thing, Sonic the Hedgehog knew what it was and it ran with it. The Mortal Kombat movie looks to know what it is and runs with it. And the costumes are not that hard to identify who's who. I can clearly tell the difference between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I can tell the difference between Liu Kang. Like, you have Twitter Puritans saying, where's Chun-Li at? Saying that Liu Kang looks like Ryu. Liu Kang has had many alternate costumes, and yes, even in the newest game, he's had a costume that looks like Ryu. I would take that more as paying respect to another franchise that Mortal Kombat was rivaled with, because think about it, they were rivals in the 90s, Street Fighter and MK. But this MK trailer really caught people by surprise, and I think the best way to do is, if you're wondering, oh well, the theme is not the same, I think they're gonna do what the Power Rangers reboot movie did. Wait till the final battle and then play the OG Techno Syndrome Mortal Kombat theme, or splice it in without the character name calls. If that's how they do it, that would be the best way to incorporate it, and every fan will be happy. But my thoughts on the trailer, I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to start warming up to the alternate take, because don't get me wrong, it threw me off guard a little bit, but I can see where it's going, and I hope it's going the way I think it's going. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe. That's all I got to say about the Mortal Kombat trailer. Check it out, and I'll catch you all next time.